Yeah, it does. In a way, I don't break it down into such a binary two-category system, but I think that there are journalists out there in the field reporting, trying to bring back stories, original content on the ground. And then there are people that talk about things like pundits. Um, I'm not saying all pundits are bad, and certainly not all journalists on the ground are good, but I think both things are necessary. The reason we started Story Hunter is to empower those that are on the ground to actually continue doing what they're doing, because as you know, our industry was completely disrupted about 5 years ago, 5 to 10 years ago, and I think we're still in
How
that
was
trough.
it disrupted? Explain to the audience who maybe isn't as inside baseball as you and I
Yeah.
how this disruption happened and what impact it has had.
Well, I saw it firsthand. I was working as a freelance correspondent in Jerusalem. I was a freelancer working for the New York Times, for Time.com, and I was on hand.
It's one of those quiet little places in the world where not much goes down.
Yeah, it's one of the news capitals of the world, and
Sure.
I witnessed the closing of Times bureau in Jerusalem. In 2009, I got a call from the bureau chief who I was working with saying, "We're cutting content from Jerusalem, and we're shutting down this."
Wait,
bureau.
Time Inc. or New York Times?
Time.com.
Time.com.
Yeah. So, Time.com is one of Time Inc.'s many properties.
Sure, of
so,
course.
to me, it was a wake up call, and the writing was on the wall that. Basically, the cost of news reporting is very high, and especially in far-flung places. And the money just wasn't coming in as it was before, mainly due to internet disruption. Eyeballs are going onto the websites as opposed to reading the newspapers and the magazines. Craigslist, of course, destroyed the classified business model that was keeping newspapers afloat, and broadcast was having their own struggles. So everything was beginning to just start moving online. The problem is that the business models hadn't yet caught up, and these companies still haven't figured out how to monetize content. So the first thing that got cut in many cases were these expensive foreign bureaus, and I witnessed that firsthand and was like, wait, this is crazy. Something better must come after this.
How much would a bureau like, say, Times or the New York Times, Washington Post, LA Times, whatever, how many people would they have in a bureau, and what would the budget of one, without giving any inside information, or now that they don't have it, maybe you can, but what would those bureaus cost a publication?
I don't know the exact number, but I know that they must be very expensive. Especially
How many people?
The New York Times bureau, for example, had a reporter, a bureau chief, and then two supplementary reporters, a researcher, a couple translators, a couple fixers. And so you're looking at between 7 and 10 people all in, and
It's $100K each all in, maybe?
I imagine that some of them are also contractors, so
Okay.
it varies. But I
But
mean,
at least $1 million.
yeah, and usually they're in the nicest parts of the cities.
They have to be.
Where they have to be secure and whatnot. So they're paying rent. They're paying. You're not paying a la carte for the actual content.